Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Abby and I love to read. Alright you guys, it has been 3 months since you and I last chatted and I'm so sorry for that. I have a video I'm currently filming, kind of like a bookish month in my life, where we'll talk a little bit more in depth about where I was, but I thought the first video back we would do something fun and ever-changing. We would go through my romance slash just fiction TBR. I have a couple books all squared away. I seem to not be buying as much romance and fiction as I am dark romance and fantasy for some reason. My last TBR video where we went over fantasy and Greek retellings, there's been some additions. There has been. Guilty as charged. Today we are just gonna go ahead and go through the books that I have on my TBR for that, and then I'm also currently reading 2 books out of this video. One book I don't own yet because I'm going to an event in 2 weeks to pick up said book with the author, and then the other book I am reading, which is in this pile as well. I'm just gonna go ahead and start off with a book I'm listening to and currently physically reading, which I am currently listening to Sounds Like Love by Ashley Poston and reading A Novel Love Story by Ashley Poston. I didn't get far. I definitely have some dog-eared pages with like quotes I definitely want to annotate. I had a work trip recently and I forgot to bring tabs, so I was just dog-earing anything I liked. Not much progress in it so far, but I am listening to the new release. That way at this event, if she goes into like talking about the book, nothing gets spoiled for me. So we have Sounds Like Love and A Novel Love Story. Let's go ahead and get into just like the general fiction. I have a series here, which if you follow Sarah, if you follow Destiny, if you follow Brittany here, on any platform really, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, they love, and I do mean love. Let me get this in the proper order before I just yap about them. It is the Beartown series. I know nothing about it besides that they love these books, and I've only read one Frederick Bachman book, and I think it's in a previous video. Beartown, Us Against You, and The Winners. I don't know when I'm gonna get to these on my TBR, but they're there and they'll probably be here for a little bit longer. Maybe this will be a winter read for me, or maybe once Brittany gets done with Beartown and convinces me to read it, I'll get to it faster. Staying with Frederick Bachman, the next book I have from him is Anxious People. I believe Destiny read this book and absolutely loved it. I know nothing about it. Poignant, charming novel about crime that never took place, a would-be bank robber who disappears into thin air, and 8 extremely anxious strangers who find they have more in common than they've ever imagined. I don't know, it looked good. I got this at a library sale for like $4 and it's a hardback, so I just picked it up because I want to read more Frederick. The next one I have isn't fiction or romance, it's biography, but I only own one biography, and it's Loud by Drew Aflalo. I love her. I think she's hysterical. I think I might end up just listening to this book because it is narrated by her, but gotta represent my girl. I just absolutely love her so much. Next book I got at Second Charles for $6.50, and it is Firefly Lane by Kristen Hanna. I've yet to read one of her books. I have my mother-in-law loves her books. My friends love her books. So I thought I would dabble, and it was on sale. I don't know what this is about. In a turbulent summer of 1974. Historical fiction. Historical romance, fictional romance. I don't know, but 2 books I have are graphic novels. If you saw my romance reading challenge, episode 1, I started this series for that video, and it took me 30 minutes to read it maybe, and I'm enthralled. So I have Heartstopper Volume 2 and Heartstopper Volume 3. These were so good. I love like a coming of age, queer awareness type book. And once again, like I said, it's just like so easy to read. So this takes place immediately after book 1, where Nick and Charlie do a little something and now they're just confused. And then this, I believe, is after the events that take place in this book, obviously. But I love Nick and Charlie. I think they're so cute. I love the illustrations. I think Alice did an amazing job with these. And they're just so cute. And they do get thicker as they go on. But I was obsessed, and I also want to finish this and then start the TV show, but Nick and Charlie have a special place in my heart. Thank you, bestie Sarah. I'm going to save series for last, this entire pile is series that I currently own and I'm in the process of completing, or it's the last book of a series, or it was gifted to me. So we'll save that for last. The next one I have is one that I'm so late to the game on. I'm so shocked I haven't read it yet. I feel like this was really popular 2 years ago. It's Out on a Limb. This is a one-night stand surprise pregnancy trope. Happens at a Halloween party, and our main male character decides to step up and help our main character raise the baby. And obviously it's a one-night stand, so they're trying to grow their relationship, trying to get to know each other better while having this daunting thing happen where they obviously need to know each other a lot more than they currently do. It's so cute. I wish I got my hands on the indie print cover. I love that one so much more than this, but this one is still so cute. I have repurchased this book maybe 3 times and hoping that I would one day want to read it and really sit down with it. It was the same thing for a book called Bunny. I just really couldn't get into it no matter how hard I tried, but it is my year of rest and relaxation. I think the cover is beautiful. I love the colors of it. This is set in the year 2000 and our female main character is struggling a little bit with some mental health issues. She has it all. She's super skinny. She's young. She just graduated from Columbia University. She has money due from inheritance. She has lost both her parents. So it's very heavy topics that we're guessing on, and her boyfriend doesn't treat her well, and I'm guessing her best friend's also a POS. So maybe if you're having a hard time in your personal life with struggles similar to this, don't pick it up, but I'm dedicated to get to it this year, if not the next year. I just need somebody to convince me to actually read it. So if you have read this book, please let me know down below why I should read it immediately. And I'm not kidding you, a picture of this book in my phone since 2022. And I think I picked it up because it was on the buy one get one table, so I was like, you know what, now's the time. It is so cute. This is a young adult, and I'm just gonna have to read you the synopsis because that's what really brought me in here. Mars has always been the lesser twin, the shadow to his sister Caroline's radiance, but when Caroline dies under horrific circumstances, Mars is propelled to learn all he can about his one inseparable sister, who's grown tragically distant. Mars' gender fluidity means he's often excluded from the traditions and expectations of his politically connected family. This includes attendance at prestigious Aspen Conservative Summer Academy, where his sister poured so much of her time. But with his grief still fresh, he insists on attending in her place. What Mars finds is a Bullock fairy tale not meant for him. Folksy charm and sun-drenched festivities, camouflage, gender roles, and toxic preparatory rigor. Mars seeks out his sister's old friends, a group of girls dubbed the Honeys, named for the beehives they maintain at their cabin. They are beautiful and terrifying, and Mars is certain that they're connected to Caroline's death. But the longer he stays at Aspen, the more sweet mountain breezes give way to hints of decay. Mars' memories begin to falter, bleached beneath the relentless summer sun. Something's haunting him in broad daylight, toying with his mind. If Mars can't find it soon, it will eat him alive. It's giving, maybe not romance, maybe more mystery thriller. I don't even know. Let's see what this is actually. This is actually done. Bum, bum, bum. Sorry, this was first published in 2023, not 2002. What would you classify this book? Oh, slay, look at the author. What this would be considered, it doesn't really say. But I'm gonna go with like mystery thriller, which I shouldn't have included in this video, but like I said, it's just been living on my shelf. Sorry, sue me. It's a little LGBTQ moment, which that one, Honey's, also was a little bit LGBTQ because we had a gender fluid little baby. But this one is called The Feeling of Falling in Love. It was a Barnes & Noble's book month pick. I don't remember what time it was, but I was just attracted to the cover of this. I think it is so gorgeous. And our two main male characters, Neil and Josh, they are flying across the country to go to Josh's brother's wedding. They are friends and currently friends with benefits. Steamy! And Josh confesses his feelings to Neil, that he's in love with him, and things turn into a dumpster fire. Obviously, why wouldn't they? Neil is determined to find a new date to bring to his brother's wedding. Enter his roommate, Wyatt. and Wyatt, I'm assuming, deep notions about obviously his roommate, that he's a jerk, kind of a jackass and a piece of shit. And Neil agrees to go to the wedding with him and kind of sees where he's coming from and his background to kind of understand his behaviors more. I bought this because I thought that this cover was so cute, and that's all. From the same author, I have heard so much about this author. I just have yet to read one of her books, and that is our slow burn queen, Miss Mariana Zapata. So the first book I have is All Roads Lead Here, which is an age gap romance, I believe. And then The Wall of Winnipeg and Me, which is more sports romance. I'm just often not in the mood for a slow burn. It just has something to do with my brain. Like, I love action. I do love yearning, but I'm not sure if I can do like 80% of this book, and they still haven't done anything. But if you read them, let me know if it's incorrect for me to assume that, and maybe we can rearrange the TBR. Now into our series, I have two completed series. There's one I think she's still working on, but we'll get to that. So the first one I have, the Rebel Blue Ranch. So I have, as they all fall, Done and Dusted. These are not going to be in order. Lost and Lassoed, Swift and Swindled, and Wild and Wrangled. I've heard nothing but great things about these. I'm trying to figure out the order they go into. I'll figure it out eventually. I heard nothing but great things. I think the covers of these are absolutely gorgeous. It's giving a more modern Chestnut Springs, which I love cowboys. And if this has nothing to do with cowboys, then please hit me over the head. This one, he doesn't look like a cowboy, but I heard he wears crop tops. And he has tattoos. So I know absolutely nothing about this series, as you can tell. But one thing about me, I will be buying a book because I think the cover's pretty. So I have this series. I don't know if it's complete, but I own all the books that are currently out. So first, the next book I have was sent to me by one of my new favorite authors that I found. Thank you, Instagram. It is Endgame by Indy Valentine, which is the first book in the Atlanta Boys series. I've read book 2, and I just finished beta reading book 3 called Protect Home. Y'all are not ready for her. I have read 3 out of 4 books by Miss Indy. I just haven't gotten to this one yet because I read book 2 as an arc. I kind of know what happens in this book, but I definitely want to go back in and read it just so I can kind of guess if there's any Easter eggs that maybe weren't in the second book. Drop 3, but this was so sweet because Drop 3 was coming out a couple of days before my birthday, so I said, someone please send me this for my birthday, and she so kindly sent me Endgame first, and it's autographed and personalized. I just thought that was so sweet. I love Indy. I love that I have a platform that I can have a relationship with her. But y'all, please read Indy Valentine's books. If I could rank them right now, it would be Capri, which is not related. It's just like a standalone, maybe. But Capri, here's the cover for Capri. Then I will do Protect Home because that one is so good. So good, and I can't wait to see like the finished result of it. Obviously it was beta reading, so we all offered suggestions. And then Drop 3 and Endgame, just because I haven't read Endgame yet, and I'm not attached to Dakota or Callaway quite yet, but I just love this. If y'all have like an aching spot from the Windy City series, the Atlanta Boys are your next go-to. Hey guys, fancy seeing you again in a different outfit and horrible lighting. Here's some backstory. I was editing this video you're watching, and my camera died in the middle of me filming this, and when I came back to start filming again, the audio was gone. So here I am, refilming the last chunk of my TBR. I did just go book shopping today, so there are 2 new books I'm adding to this, which I think I mentioned one I didn't have in the previous clip, but I picked up today. So we're going to start with a series, and it is The Addicted to You and Ricochet. I think everyone on Book Talk, BookTube, Bookstagram has read this series and they love this series. Everyone and their grandmother swears by it. I have just never gone into it, just not something that called to my attention, but I'm tired of feeling left out and I have serious FOMO about it. So this is about Lily Calloway, Lauren Hale.
Hi.
She's addicted to sex, he's addicted to booze, and I'm gonna assume they fall in love with each other. This is the addicted Calloway sisters, so we're gonna learn about Lily and her sister. I don't know, but I bought the first 2 in the series because I am a dedicated person and I like to have the next book on deck. So if I like Addicted to You, I'll probably buy the next 2 after Ricochet, just so I can be better prepared. I got this book sent to me in PR one day. I opened my mailbox and it was there and I was flabbergasted. This is from Entangled Publishing. It is Pucked Off by Helena Hunting. I believe this is the 3rd book in her series, but the edges on this thing are phenomenal. Like I said, it is the 3rd book in the series, so I obviously haven't read it because I would be at a disadvantage. I haven't read the first 2 books. I don't know who these people are. So I'm trying to remember anytime I go book shopping or look for used books to see if I can find her and her other books of this series. That way I can build my collection and actually enjoy this. But thank you once again to Entangled Publishing and Helena for sending this to me. It's like my first big publishing house package I received, and it is just absolutely to die for. So thank you. Next I bought because the first book kind of hit a very low-key spot that Boys of Talmud did, and it was the Unsteady book. So this is the next book in the series called Unloved. We have a hockey star who needs some tutoring, and the tutor happens to be a hopeless romantic. We know how this is going to end. There will most definitely be a happily ever after because the hopeless romantics always get the happily ever after. I haven't read it yet. I don't really know when I'm going to be reading it because releasing 10 put me in the worst funk of my life. I'm not gonna lie to you, I read 2 books in June. Watch Me, which is part of the new Shatter Me series, and Releasing 10. And I haven't looked back since, but I just love this. I love her writing style. I think it's very easy to read. It flows very well. And yeah, I bought it because I needed it. I believe I said I didn't have this book in my previous video, and then I went to Secondhand Charles with Brittany today, and it was on sale for $8, $10. It's The Dead Romantics by Ashley Boston. A million times, not only in this video, but probably in my bookish month of my life that you'll see sometime at the end of this month, maybe August. We are going to an Ashley Boston signing, and I'm working on a novel love story right now, annotating it, reading it. That way I can hopefully get it signed by her. And if I'm done with that book, I love that book more than I did 7 Year Slip, so I definitely want to bring that one. And I might try to push through this one before. We have 9 days as of now to the event, and maybe try to get this annotated too. I have absolutely no idea what it's about, but Ashley Boston writes magic realism, so I'm going to assume she's talking to a dead person because that's just the type of girl Ashley is. But I love it, and I'm probably so wrong on that she's talking to a dead person, but I won't know until I read it. But yes, $10. It's actually in such good condition. Like, there's not really any bings, bops, or bangs about it. So thank you whoever sold this back to Secondhand Charles. Next 2 books are some F1s. Anything about me that you need to know. I am a McLaren girl. Papaya rules. And Norris is my boo bear. So I thought one day when I was at the mobile bookstore that we have to support them, got a Kindle case, some bookmarks, and some extra books. I thought, why not start the tried and true, the OG Throttled, which is part of the Dirty Air series. Have I started it? Absolutely not. I do only own the first book in this entire series, which is very rare for me. But yes, I'm in my F1 era. I'll probably read this in off season when I'm missing them so much. But I heard this is a tried and true for the F1 girlies, so I'm very excited. I got today at M. Judson Booksellers, which is in my downtown area. And they had 2 F1 type books that I was gonna get. The other cover I was thinking of getting, the man, like the driver on the cover, was wearing red, and in my mind that's Ferrari, but the color of the car was papaya orange, which is McLaren. So in my head I was like, I can't justify reading that because the colors don't make sense at all. Like, a Ferrari man wouldn't be enough. Anyway, then we got this one, Coming in Hot by Josie Juniper. It is an age gap romance. He's the team principal and she was a journalist. Now she's a journalist for F1, and apparently this one gets very steamy, so I opted to get this one instead of the other one just because I love spice, I love steam, and this man is hot. Like, he's gorgeous, and you can't really tell What colors? I mean, like, this is a baby blue car, so like maybe Mercedes and Ferrari, but you really can't tell, which works in my brain so much better. And our last book is a book I have beef with because the cover is not the same as the rest of the series. It agitates me. It's not the same size. I get it was a special edition. We have sprayed edges and all of that. However, if a cover is not broken, do not fix it. I hate this cover with every inch of me. I wish it was just this full page and then rewind it back in the standard print. I started reading this on my Kindle. It's okay. I think I'm at 11% through on my Kindle, but anytime I physically look at this book, it makes me so agitated. This is about Rio. If you've read the series, you love him. He's an angel of a man. But I cannot get over this cover. And yes, I could just read it on my Kindle and this could just live on my bookshelf and I would shut up about it. But I need someone else to feel my pain. So if this also agitates you, please let me know. Alrighty, you guys, that's going to be the end of today's video. Thank you guys so much for sticking to the end. If you have watched it all the way to end, go ahead and give me a hand heart emoji and a race car emoji if there is one. If there's not, something similar to a race car emoji. I will see you guys in my next video and I'm so happy to be back. Thank you. Bye.